afternoon, everyone. My name is Wes Perot from COX Architecture. I feel privileged today to introduce Wurriki Nyal Civic Precinct as a member of the EmAGN group as the lead project architect. Wurriki Nyal means speak and talk together, really reinforcing the idea that this is a central meeting place for the community of Geelong. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians on the land of which we meet and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I'd also like to thank the collaborative effort of the general project team. Oops. Important slide. Up to 50% of the project team was part of the EmAGN group, which I think is an important aspect for this project category. The precinct itself is a collective of 3 buildings with public space in between. We have the 2-storey heritage building restored to its original footprint. We have the 6-storey Wurriki Nyal Council offices, and stage 2, which is a 12-storey commercial office building which frames the precinct and addresses some neighbourhood developments to the north. The site is central to Geelong and essentially stitches the main train station with the northern waterfront precinct, the eastern CBD and shopping precinct, and the southern arts precinct. The site has an awkward geometry both in plan and in section, with 137 to 149, the original competition site, with the developer purchasing 4, 6 and 8 to increase the public offering and open the site up to the north, as well as 151. Geelong has a rich cultural heritage of which we were able to reference through the design and inform some of the design principles, which were create a new civic space for Geelong, amalgamate 7 council offices into 1 workplace, employ best practice sustainability befitting of Australia's only UNESCO City of Design, integrate Aboriginal art and culture, and invest in the new mass timber industry. The design idea is simple: establish a public platform accessible to all, activate that with a public podium that hosts events, and place the vibrant workplace atop. It is a staged master plan with stage 1 now complete. We see the establishment of the heritage building, the public landscape, and Wurriki Nyal, with stage 2 being the 12-storey commercial building set for 2024. The site is very permeable with multiple access points to both the site and the buildings, with the vehicular and pedestrian movements completely separated. Continuing on with permeability, we have a north, south and east-west access through the site. We have connection from Bailey Street through the Mercer Street with a newly established Bailey Laneway, and a connection from Jerringham Street through to the Civic Heart through Wurriki Nyal and over to Mercer Street. The landscape has some notable features, including a relocated scar tree, yarning circle, native planting selected by the traditional owners, canopy trees to reduce urban heat island effect, and shaded undercroft areas. Focusing in on the Wurriki Nyal building, we have, it's best understood in 3 segments. We have the public ground floor, the invited public realm podium, and then the private offices above, with level 2, the expansion office floor for the future council offices. It's a 6-star Green Star building with excellent NABHERS ratings for energy, water and waste. We have solar energy collection and rainwater collection that is recycled throughout the building's operation. We have a brick masonry podium material for the base, referencing the brick heritage buildings in Geelong, and then a high performance thermally broken double skin facade wrapping around the building. Revealing the skin, we see its hybrid structure with concrete ground and podium level, with mass timber construction up to level 4 and a lightweight steel frame above that. Using timber, it's not only a sustainable and renewable material, it also saved about 32% of the embodied emissions in hot spot materials. Here we can see the glass over the hybrid structure. The large flat roof allows for a 140 kilowatt solar panel array, which provides for about 25% of the building's energy usage. One of the key aspects of this project is the 3 different street frontages. We've got the southeast Mercer Street entry, the southwest Mercer Street arrival when you drive into Geelong, which features perforated shade fins with this Aboriginal artwork. Then we have the northern Bailey Street that leads through to the new Bailey Laneway, and then Jerringham Street, which leads up to the Civic Heart and into the main Wurriki Nyal foyer. So stepping inside, we can continue that connection with country with the colour scheme chosen by the traditional owners. Underneath the public podium, we have a car park with EOT and plant facilities. And we move up to ground floor on the public realm, which is home to the 6-storey atrium, which invites you into the space and references the old industrial Deakin Waterfront campus industrial buildings with the exposed structure, and really an attempt to dematerialise the building. Ground floor is home to the Customer Service Centre, which provides a multitude of different meeting spaces to meet with council, not just informal meeting rooms, but informally as well. And then we have the foyer, which is accessible off the main atrium that leads up to the levels above. We move up to the invited public realm on podium level, which is home to a large multi-purpose space to hold events, and have an informal foyer that looks down and continues that connection through to the public realm below. Moving to the workplace, we have typical work floors on levels 1 and 3, with the workstations set around the perimeter of the building, maximising access to natural light, with the meeting rooms and west cores positioned on the west to reduce the heat load on the building. A central hub connects the north and south zones of the buildings, all with their own kitchen point. All the office space is open work floors that has views out to the neighbouring Johnston Park and also city beyond, with breakout areas in between so you can go and look out and connect with the community. And then we have a meeting room pod language which sits underneath the structure and features another Aboriginal artwork by Kate James, which is also featured in the circulation stairs that connect ground to level 4. Moving up to level 4, it's a combination of both plant and office floors, which continues that timber aesthetic and exposed structural steel, with this large informal dining space that looks over the greater city of Geelong.